Hello guys, welcome back to a new video, and in this video I'm going to be covering how to convert between meters and millimeters. So, one key rule we have to remember is that 1 meters equals 1000 millimeters. So we're going to be solving 4 problems, 4 examples with you guys today to get to our final answer. So, one thing we need to remember is we need to multiply or divide when solving these different types of problems. So, I'm going to tell you where and when we need to multiply and where we need to divide. So, if we're going from meters to millimeters, so from a large unit to a smaller unit, we are going to multiply by the amount of how many times the smaller unit fits into the bigger unit. So in this case, 1000 times, because 1 meter will equal 1000 millimeters. So, and if you're going from millimeters to meters, so when we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we are going to multiply by 1000. So we can easily do this again by moving the decimal point to the left or to the right 3 places. And this is my explanation. So let's start with our 4 examples. With number 1, where we have 8 meters equals how many millimeters? So now, the first thing we want to do is we want to check if we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit or the other way around. So in this case, we're going to a smaller unit, so this means we have to multiply. So we're going to multiply 8 by 1000. So we're going to multiply by 1000. So let's write it up here so we don't forget. So to multiply 8 by 1000, we can just move the decimal to the right 3 times. So our decimal is going to be right here, and we can move this to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So we can fill in the empty spots with zeros like this and rewrite it to the right if you'd like with the decimal and the comma in the correct spot. So 8, and this also will be our final answer. 8, so my bad guys, 8,000 millimeters. So this is very simple and easy if you just follow the couple of rules and if you just don't forget the key fact of 1 millimeter is 1000 millimeters. So now let's go to example number 2, where we have 24.7 meters equals how many millimeters? So again, what we're going to do is we're going to look if we're going to a smaller unit again. So, and again, in this case, we are going to a smaller unit. So we're going to do multiplication again. So we're going to multiply 24.7 by 1000. So we're going to write here 24.7, and we're going to multiply this by 1000. So now, in this case, we already have a decimal right here. So we can just move it from space to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to fill in our empty spots again, and we can rewrite this if you'd like. So our answer will be 24,700. So 24,700 millimeters will be our final answer. 24,700 millimeters. So go straight to the third example, where we have 19,500 millimeters equals how many meters? So again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look if we're going to a bigger unit or a smaller unit. Well, actually, in this case, we're going to a bigger unit or a larger unit, whatever you might call it. So what we do then is we're going to divide by 1000. So we're going to divide by 1000. So, and it's the exact same thing, the exact same method we used for our multiplication, but we're just going to do the moving of the decimal to the side. So let's do this. So we have 19,500 And we're going to move our decimal to the left 3 times. So our decimal is here, and we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to rewrite our answer. So we have 19, and then our decimal 0.5. And you can leave any decimal out, which is a 0, at the end of the problem, so to the right of the problem, because these don't have any value. And so 19.5 meters will be our final answer. 19.5 meters. So now let's go to our final example of 62,840 millimeters equals how many meters? So again, we're gonna divide by 1,000. So let's write this down here, 62,840, and we're gonna move our decimal to the left 3 times. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. So now we can rewrite our problem or our answer with the decimal in the right spot. So we have 62 and then our decimal right here and then 84. And again, I left the last 0 out because this 0 doesn't have any value. So our final answer is going to be 62 meters and 84. So this is how you convert from meters and millimeters. And this is basically the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a question in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, this was Mr. Mathz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.